All right, recruits, listen up. Welcome to your strategic briefing for the world of Squad. Now, this isn't just another game. It's a whole different beast. It's a test of teamwork, of communication, and yeah, tactical discipline. So I want you to forget everything you think you know about being a lone wolf hero. What you learn right here, right now, will decide whether you're an asset or just another body on the battlefield. So pay attention.
You know, this quote from PC Gamer, it just hits the nail on the head. In most shooters, teamwork is kind of a nice bonus, right? Well, here, it's everything. You are not a one-man army. You're a single vital piece in a massive 50-person engine of war. Your individual KD ratio means absolutely nothing if the machine itself breaks down. Every single thing you do, or fail to do, affects the entire team.
So, this slide wit here breaks down the huge mental shift you need to make. If you're coming from those super fast-paced, run-and-gun arcade shooters, you literally have to rewire your brain. The action in Squad isn't constant. It's all about long moments of tension and careful planning, punctuated by these sudden, intense, heart-pounding firefights. Your goal isn't to top the leaderboard, it's to make sure your team wins. And believe me, death has consequences. Respawning is a limited strategic resource, not some revolving door that gets you back in the action instantly.
Look at this. This isn't just some catchy marketing slogan they slopped on a box. This is the fundamental, honest-to-God recipe for success. You communicate to build a clear picture of the battlefield, you coordinate your actions to hit the enemy where it hurts, and only then, after you've done those two things, do you conquer your objectives. If you fail at the first two, the third one is pretty much impossible. This is the mantra you're going to live and die by.
Okay, so here's our plan of attack for this briefing. We're going to start with the big picture, what we're calling the theater of war. Then we'll zoom right in on unit cohesion and where you fit into all of this. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of forward operations, cover the absolutely non-negotiable rules of engagement, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with a checklist for your first deployment. Let's get to it.
First things first, you have to understand the sheer scale of the conflict you're about to drop into. We're not talking about little arenas here. We're talking about massive, sprawling battlefields where, honestly, you might not even see someone from another friendly squad for the entire match. It's huge. 100. Just let that number sink in. That's the total number of players on the field, all fighting for control in a standard match. You're one soldier out of 100, and every single one of you has a job to do.
So those 100 players are split into two teams of 50, and you're fighting what's called a combined arms battle. That means you've got infantry, you've got armored personnel carriers, main battle tanks, helicopters, all working together. And this all happens on maps that can be up to 36 square kilometers. I mean, just getting from one side to the other is a mission in itself.
So here's the crucial point. Winning isn't just about capturing flags. It's really a war of attrition, and that's all managed by this ticket system. Think of it like a shared pool of lives for your whole team. Every time a soldier dies and has to respawn, your team loses a ticket. Every time a big asset like a tank gets destroyed, you lose a whole bunch of tickets. The real goal is to protect your tickets while you bleed the enemy dry.
Most of the time, you're going to run into one of these two game modes. In Advance and Secure, or AAS, both teams are pushing and pulling to capture points in a line, which creates this really dynamic shifting front line. Then you have Invasion, where one team is dug in defending a series of points, while the other team throws everything they have at them. They both require totally different strategies to win.
Okay, so we've looked at the big 50-man army. Now let's zoom way in to the single most important element in this entire game, your 9-man squad. These 8 other people, they're your family. Your entire effectiveness as a soldier is directly tied to how well your squad works together.
Your squad leader, or SL, is basically the brain of your little unit. They're your link to the bigger battle plan, because they can talk to all the other SLs on a special command channel. They're the ones placing your spawn points, telling you where to go, and calling out targets. Your job is to listen to them and do what they say. Simple as that. Without a good SL, a squad is just 8 guys wandering around lost.
Now, this right here, this is some golden advice from the community. At the very start of a round, your SL is super busy. They're listening to the other squad leaders, they're looking at the map, and they're trying to cook up a plan. The worst thing you can do is spam them with, "What are we doing? Where are we going?" Just give them a minute to think. When they have a plan, trust me, they will tell you.
When you're just starting out, your main goal should be just learning the fundamentals of teamwork. And the absolute best way to do that is to pick one of these two roles, medic or rifleman. As a medic, you are literally the lifeline of your squad. As a rifleman, you're the backbone. You fight, but you also have that super important ammo bag to resupply your teammates. Master one of these, and you will always, always have a spot in a good squad.
Next up, let's talk about one of the most unique things in Squad, building your own bases. See, you don't just capture points that are already there. You actually build the infrastructure that lets your team spawn in, rearm, and keep pushing the enemy back.
So the heart of any attack or defense is the Forward Operating Base, or FOB. It all starts when a squad leader places a radio on the ground. A well-placed, well-defended FOB near the fight is, very often, the single thing that decides who wins and who loses. If you lose your FOB, your whole flank can just collapse.
And this process, it just perfectly shows the teamwork involved. The SL has the plan, a driver in a logistics truck brings the supplies. The SL then places down a blueprint for a HAB, that's your spawn bunker, and then the whole squad gets out their shovels and actually builds the thing. It's like a little teamwork assembly line. Every single step is critical.
A FOB is totally useless without supplies. It needs construction points to build defenses, and it needs ammo to rearm soldiers. And all of that stuff is delivered by logistics trucks, or lodgies. Making a logi run, just driving a truck from your main base out to a FOB, is one of the most important jobs in the game. It isn't glamorous, not at all, but without it, the front line literally starves and dies.
Okay, I need you to pay very close attention here. This part is not optional. On this battlefield, information is a weapon, plain and simple, and clear communication is how you use that weapon. Follow these rules and you'll be an effective teammate from your very first match.
Let me be absolutely crystal clear. You need a microphone to play this game effectively. Period. End of story. You have to be able to instantly call out an enemy tank, or scream for a medic, or confirm you understood an order. Typing is way too slow. A silent soldier is just a liability to their squad.
All right, so you've got two main voice channels. The V key is for local chat. You can talk to any friendly player who's physically near you. The B key is for squad chat, which connects you to your 8 squad mates no matter where they are. Here's the key. Keep squad chat clear for important stuff. Enemy positions, orders, things like that. Use local chat for everything else. Trust me, clogged comms can get you killed just as fast as a bullet. All right, you've soaked up all the intel. The theory part is officially over. Now it's time to actually put it into practice. So here is your final checklist before you hit that deploy button.
Follow these 5 steps like your life depends on it, because it probably does. Find a squad where the SL is actually talking. Pick medic or rifleman to start. Stay glued to your squad mates. A lone soldier is a dead soldier. Keep your map open all the time to see what's going on. And seriously, ask questions. Nobody expects you to know everything.
And that's your briefing. Look, the battlefield is a complex, unforgiving place, but it rewards those who work together. You're not a hero here. You're a soldier. You're a cog in the machine. Now get out there and do your part. Dismissed.